Mitakeapi. Hello, everyone. I'm just sitting here strumming the guitar and relaxing. And all kinds of thoughts in my mind. What's happening in the world today? Very crazy things happening. As we can all hear on the news, this coronavirus, wow. And the racial strife that's really come to the surface. And the thing is, these problems have always been here, but dominant society has pushed a lot of these things under the rug. They don't want to face it. They don't want to talk about it. As long as it's in the background, then it doesn't exist. But really, it is there. It's always been there. Growing up on a reservation in a town that was about half Indian and half white, the businesses were mostly on the white part of town. So the stores, when I was a little boy, it was a thriving community. There was about, maybe 500 people, but there were 2 grocery stores, there was a clothing store, there was a barber shop, there was even a doctor, hard to believe, there was a big hotel, there was a movie theater, a huge car dealer, and there was a cafe, a place to eat. There was a drugstore where you could buy malts and banana splits and comic books and magazines and other kind of things. And there was 3 gas stations. Yeah, there was a drive-in, and let's see what else was there. There was 1, 2 liquor stores, and a newspaper office, a laundromat, a bank, a lumber company. It was really a thriving business. Yeah, there was also what they call a pool hall where you could play pool, or as some people say, billiards. We said pool. We went there to play 8-ball. And the guy that owned that was pretty cool. Yeah, he didn't care what color your skin was. It was a nice place. His jukebox always had the current rock and roll songs on there. And it was a nice place to go. And they sold 3-2 beer. And in those days, in the 70s, there was this beer you could buy when you're 18 years old. It has a little bit less alcohol in it. When you turn 21, then you bought the normal beer, which what everybody called it High Point, which just means it had more alcohol in it. It was a interesting town, yeah. But there was racism in this town. The school is also located in the white part of town. The county government offices were all on the white part of town. So in all of these businesses, there were only white people working there. There was a highway that went through town. It was a major American highway. And then they built interstates, and then the economy of that town really crashed. Yeah, and now it's like a ghost town. And there used to be a city park there too. It was a nice little wooded area near the highway. And also there was a place where you can swim and fish right nearby too. And there was a grain elevator thing there where the train used to come in a couple times a week. And so you could tell it was an agricultural town, but yeah, about 1990s or so, that shut down too. So the town really became a ghost town. But growing up in this town, sometimes, as small as this town was, when you are an Indian and you're walking through the white neighborhood just to get to the other side of town, as small as this town was, there were some white people who really stared at you. Yeah, they like waited for you to walk by, thinking that you're going to steal something from them. Or you go into the store And the store owner stands there and follows you around if you're an Indian, watching you. If you pick something up just to look at it, she really scrutinizes you. Yeah? It's an unbelievable atmosphere. Now, some of the business were okay, but most of them were very racist. In fact, in this grocery store, the one that I just described, this woman that would be watching you, one winter, my mother slipped and fell, and she hurt her ankle pretty bad, and she broke it. And there were a lot of witnesses, and both native and non-native, and they all said the same thing, that the sidewalks were icy and that my mother should sue the store. So she did. She took him to court, and the lady really tried to fight it. Yeah, the owner of the store, she really tried to fight against my mother, saying it was my mother's fault. Well, the court sided with my mom because there was a lot of witnesses for one thing, and it was the store's responsibility to put salt on the sidewalk so people would not fall. So it shows you that she didn't really care for her customers. She only was there to make money. So after that, we took our business elsewhere. Yeah, that's how it was. Small town, but the racism was there. And in the school as well. It was, it's all, the school is about 70 to 75% Indian students. Imagine that. Okay? It's not a big school. Maybe there were 200 students total from kindergarten through 12th grade. And just imagine that, okay? That from that amount, 200 students, 150 of those kids are Indian kids. All the teachers are white, and it's the staff, all the staff was white too. And it was interesting, yeah. There was a lot of racism in that environment. And I worked there. I was one of the Lakota language teachers in my younger years. And I was the only Indian teacher there. And I experienced racism within the school from my boss and his boss. They were both very racist. Since this was public school, meaning it's under the jurisdiction of the state of South Dakota, that means the tribe has no jurisdiction. So I couldn't get help from the tribe. And it was a very stressful situation, and it led to a point where it was, yeah, I could not work in that kind of a hostile environment. A little tiny town like this, yeah. But when you're an Indian, I guess I can say when you're a person of color, it's that way, yeah, that you go and you experience a lot of racism, and it is a hard thing. We just try to make the best of it. You have to try to not respond in a racist way, and it's very difficult to do. Unfortunately, most people can't do that. So you have racism starting, and then just going back and forth from both sides, and doesn't get anybody anywhere. But it is there, and that's a sad thing. Yeah, because you have the let's see, there was a Catholic church, a Lutheran church. There's a kind of a born again Church of God thing on Main Street, and there's a UCC church and an Episcopal church, which is predominantly native. Yeah, the Episcopal church is the Indian church. Not many people go. But then the other churches, they're all preaching love of God, love of Christ, and then the next 6 days it's hating Indians. Yeah, it's incredible. Oh, it's such a sad situation. And why does it have to be that way? Why do we have to focus on the exterior? Yeah, we look at something and we judge it immediately, just, you know, by what it looks like. Does it appeal to us? Does that person have a friendly looking face? Does that person, you know, have a skin color that is not threatening? You know, how does this all come to this us against them? It's really a sad thing. And I think one thing to think about is to look at it from the Earth's perspective. Imagine we have our grandmother Earth and she's looking at all her grandchildren. And do you think she sees them as racist? I don't think so. I think she sees them as her grandchildren. And look at the mess they're making. Yeah, but not going into that part, but just trying to view things from the Earth's point of view. Yeah, how is it from her point of view? I think when you're a parent and you love your children, you do your best to take care of them, you have a view, yeah, you have a idea of what that viewpoint is like. And this is a good starting point. You know, Lakota Star Knowledge teaches us that we do have a piece of the earth inside of us. Yeah, a piece of her soul. Every living thing that includes all humans, all plants, all animals, the rocks, the fish, the birds, insects, everything has a tiny part of a earth soul piece inside of it. This is one of the ways, one of the several ways that we all are connected to each other. That's why in Lakota we say Midakwe Oyasi. We're all related. All my relations, all my relatives. And this piece is very valuable for us to be here. And it's also very helpful for us too. Because we have this piece of the earth inside of us, no matter where we go, no matter where we are, as long as we're here on this earth, we can talk to this piece of the earth. We can talk to our grandmother earth. We can tell her what we feel. We can tell her anything, whether it's happy, sad, or we're scared, or we're angry, or whatever. And we deal with it in a constructive way. You know, this is a big help. It can really help us. And when we also should be, you know, all of us are caretakers of the earth. And when we go around the earth, you know, I mean, not like we're Wonder Woman and Superman. I don't mean like that. I mean, when we walk around, you know, since we have this piece of the earth inside of us, what happens to the earth affects us too. Yeah? So I think it's only right. I think it would be a very good idea that we do what we can do to nourish the earth because she nourishes us. She gives us everything that we could ever need. Yeah? So we should do something too. When you walk outside and you see some garbage, you know, it doesn't matter who put it there. The earth is ours. Yeah? We belong to the earth. So let's keep it respectful. Go out there and pick something up and throw it in the trash or you know, take it someplace so it's not just, you know, dirtying up the environment. We can do our little part. That little part strengthens our connection to the earth, and as a result, this is like talking to the earth. Yeah, our actions of caring for the earth are like talking to the earth too, and this is a healthy communication. In the Lakota natural law, it says that how you communicate returns to you 4 times as strong. Now, that doesn't mean that if you do one thing good, that you will receive four good things. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that when you do something or interpret something in a healthy way or communicate in a healthy way, then that energy that you used in doing that returns to you four times as strong. So that means you could also receive an answer or a blessing or something from somewhere, from some place, from someone. The possibilities are enormous. And you can achieve these things by doing your part. Yeah, just picking up a candy wrapper that you see outside. Yeah, you see something in the water that shouldn't be in the water, and if you can get it out of the water, or you can find somebody to help you get it out of the water, you can do that. To be respectful with the fire. Yeah, and be mindful of the air as well and the plants that help to create the air that we breathe. Because everything is connected. Remember, I said that we all have this earth soul piece inside of us. This is where we can start. So when you start seeing everything as important, then you'll start seeing people as important too. You'll see that there's a lot of things we have in common as humans all over the world. I've said this on my show several times that no matter where you go in this world and a baby is born, all the babies all over the world, they speak the same language. This is a sacred language. Yeah? And even look at it biologically. All over the world, there's basically 4 blood types. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah? I think that's pretty cool. That means we can help each other. No matter what. Yeah? So I think one place to start is to take care of the earth, take care of yourself, love the earth, and then we come to this expression in Lakota that is Tekichi Hilapo. Love one another. Tekichi Hilapo, Tekichi Hilapo, Nikita Chale Chamuelo. Tekichi Hilapo, Tekichi Hilapo, Nikita Chale Chamuelo. Itakuye, Aoyase. Itakuye, Oyasi Chale Chamuelo. Itakuye, Oyase. Itakuye, Oyasi Chale Chamuelo. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Haomitakeapi Tekichi Hilapo. To read more about Lakota Star Knowledge spirituality, you can read my book called Wichocha Otechike. You can see the book cover on the right side of this screen. This book contains the information to what I talk about on my Lakota spirituality videos. To purchase this book, please click below where it says Show More. Clicking on that link will open up the description below, and there you will see a link called To Purchase My Books. As you will see, it's an eBay link. Click on that eBay link, and there you will see the information to get this book. Lila Pilamayelo. Thank you very much.